Oh, well done, DJ, for getting down there so quickly and for catching your breath during the interviews as well. Good job. Please keep your comments coming in on YouTube. If you are on YouTube, please keep them coming in. We will endeavour to give them a shout out. We have had Lisa Shearer who's been in touch and said, "Let's go, Max Tadai, Bambino number 66." Well, you're about to see him. He's about to go out. And we also saw William Murphy saying, "Thank you for the hand signals." Now, what that means is there is usually somebody down on the pit wall, a driver supporter or mechanic or something like that, will be down there, and they will give the most bizarre hand signals you will ever see. It's nothing like sign language. It's normally something that looks like you're trying to thread something or something like that, or move the gap closer, or so hand signals to that effect. It means absolutely nothing because the drivers are already going as fast as they possibly can. Yes, I'm sure William Murphy is paying full attention to them, but usually it doesn't make much of a difference. However, if you do want to be a karting mechanic, there are only a couple of stipulations. One is you need to own a pair of shorts. 2, you need to have a skin fade. And that's about it. You can be a kart mechanic. Come and get yourself involved. If not, if you don't want to be a kart mechanic, please come and be a marshal. We are always looking for marshals and Motorsport UK, and you can register with Motorsport UK to become a marshal. And a very important job that they do, and we thank them all from the bottom of our hearts for allowing us to go racing, because without those guys we couldn't be here, not safely anyway. So thank you to the marshals. So we will get going for Bambinos. However, we are still awaiting a grid.
As the professional I am, forgot to unmute my microphone. We are getting that in just a moment.
Good. Good.
Hot off the press. See there some of the...
Oh, and I've been told to say by Lisa, it's say it as Max Tadai. Tadai, not Tadai.
Today.
Today.
Yeah, today. I say Taddy.
Well, thank you.
That's what I say.
Well,
so I guess that's wrong.
We're wrong, because Lisa has now corrected us and say it's Tadai.
Tadai, yeah.
Tadai.
Okay. Max Tad.
Thank you, Lisa.
Excellent.
Right, so we digress. Oh, if you can hear that rustling, that's not thunder in the distance.
It's the grid on the piece of paper.
It's the sound of a sheet of paper being rustled.
So, on that subject, let's talk about the grid, if we have it. Oh. Not yet, I'm told, the disembodied voice in my head. In about 10 seconds we'll have the grid, the disembodied voice in my head says.
However, I can see some cards in order. Would that be a grid?
It would be a grid now appearing on your screen. Let's talk about it then, shall we? Because it's final time for the Bambino class, and here they are lining up. Max Gilman on the front row with Austin Newstead alongside Grayson Worthley and Otis Cleary in row number 2. Austin Oman and Jack Baker on row 3 with Joshua Griffin and Colby Patterson on row 4. Josh Cormack and Maximilian Abrahart on row number 5 with Max Tadei and Fraser Anderson on row number 6. Charlie Munns and Harper Das on row 7 with Drew Davidson and Harry Neeson on row 8. Rounding out the grid on row 9 is Amelia DL.
I've just realised we've only got 5 races to go today.
We do.
Well, how quickly has this gone?
I know.
It's very, very fast.
It does. It's a quick blink and you'll miss this championship. That's why you've all got to view live. If you don't, you miss out.
Yes, indeed. What we should like to point out is Otis Cleary, as well, as I was mentioning just before we handed down to DJ. We had a new outright lap record by Austin Newstead set yesterday of a 1:11.54, but that has been obliterated today by Austin Cleary with a 1:11.18, so 0.4 of a second quicker. Fantastic.
Excellent.
And Otis Cleary starting 4th for the final as well.
Yeah.
We'll look to see what Otis can do here in the final. Certainly got the pace. New outright lap record, Otis Cleary.
Yep. That was Amelia DL you saw there in the bright pink car, pink helmet, pink suit. You can't miss her. She's right there in the number 21. There we go, lined up. Standing start, of course, for this one. Look at that, the front marshal saying he's got to be straight. He can't be pointing in the wrong direction. As much as they try it, they can't do it. You can just see there Otis in the background having a quick few words of warning there. Words of wisdom from, I'm guessing that's Dad, in the background.
Yes, possibly, but definitely getting,
Parents being
getting
told
the
to
words
clear.
of support, as you say.
Being told to clear. Thumbs up from the front. We'll get the green flag at the back. And as soon as we get that, we will be going racing for the Bambino final. It's race 29. We're on the grid with them. It's 4 red lights, lights out, and off they go. Good start from the front. Clean getaway from Max Gilman as one of the karts already goes pirouetting off the scene of the crime, and it was the 16.
That was Austin Oman.
Oh, that's a disaster for Austin, and he's now at the back of the grid, albeit now facing the correct direction and hunting the main pack down.
Otis Cleary, despite our big ups, if you like, at the start of the race, has actually had a terrible start.
That is a massive shame, so he's going to have to work through that one very quickly.
About 10th or 11th at the moment, unfortunately, for Otis.
Here at the front, though, first, second, third on your screens as they appear. They whiz past in towards turn 3. There you can see the recovering 16 there. Behind the Amelia DL, back with the race leaders, the 50 leading the way. Max Gilman at the moment, the 74 of Newstead there in second place, the 70 of Worthley there in third. And working strong at the moment as they go down into the S's. And line astern, not much action at the time being. Again, they're all calculating it in their heads, working with that momentum. Down the start-finish straight, across the line. Here's how they line up. Gilman, Newstead, Worthley, Patterson, Griffin, Baker, Today. Then it's Cormac. Then it's Abrahart, Cleary, Das, Neeson, Munns, Anderson, Davidson, Oman, and DL. All karts still running. 10.5 minutes plus that one additional lap. Through the boot they go. No overtakes. Down the back straight. All line astern. As we watch them whiz past. So, side by side though, at the front for second place though, because Worthley tries to go the long way round on Newstead. Can he get it done as they disappear out of shot? Looking out the window there, seeing no, he couldn't quite do it. He stays behind, so Newstead still in second place. Little action further behind as well, because it was Otis Cleary who tried to go with the long way around as well. There you can see the number 22 diving down the inside of the 12. That's Josh Cormac. Yes. Gets that done as well.
Colby Patterson scrubbing off a lot of speed coming out of the hairpin as well, and that cost him 2 places.
Exactly that. So 9.5 minutes plus that one lap. Back round the final corner. There's your race leaders on screen. And through turn 1 they go. Single file all the way. Lots of support at the side from parents.
And Austin Oman has made a couple of places up already, and Otis Cleary as well is up to 9th.
There we go. Change for the lead though. Austin Newstead down the inside of the boot section. Gets past Max Gilman nice and cleanly. Max now in second place and under slight pressure from Worthley as they close up. Then they've opened up a bit of a gap now to the next group behind, because it's Jack Baker, Joshua Griffin and Colby Patterson who are line astern as well in 3rd, 4th and 5th place. There they are, those three, and it's side by side between the 24 and the 17. Patterson getting nerfed out slightly wide from Baker. Baker managing to get through.
It was Patterson actually that came out on top of that little tussle. But yes, side-by-side action. That all started with the lap before when Patterson scrubbed all that speed off coming out the hairpin. It's taken him a lap now to get back up to speed and get back to where he should be.
Exactly that. Through the banking they go. Round into the S's. Down the inside. There's the number 48. Charlie Munns on your screen. White helmet, black suit. Back here at the front though. Big look over the shoulder there from Joshua Griffin, just knowing where his rivals and competitors are. Otis looking like he wanted to go for a move down the inside of that next kink there, but that's an incredibly difficult move to do. Defensive goes Newstead into the boot. Unnecessary because he's got a bit of an advantage already. Grayson with the fastest lap of the race, that time in the 70 in 3rd place, and he's putting that to effect. Side by side as they head down the back straight in towards there. Can't quite do it. Slots back into 3rd place. Rest of the field sliding through, as well as Otis Cleary on the outside of the 12 plate of Josh Cormac. Tried to get past. and successfully does so. And someone else follows it too. Was that Maximilian Eberhardt?
We've got 3 round. The 95 in avoidance, the 12 and the 61. So the 61 was the initial spinner.
I tell you what,
that was Maximilian Eberhardt.
Hold your breath there, because well done to those young drivers for avoiding that at the hairpin. I have to say, my hat's off to them. Incredibly skilled driving as they go around that tight corner there. That's definitely shuffled it slightly up there.
Yes, it has indeed, and it was, as we said, a couple of spins in avoidance more than anything. We will get them over the line. So it was Josh Cormack who looked to have come off the worst in that one. He's dropped down to 16th place.
Jack Baker now fastest lap of the race with a 1:11.230 in 5th place for him at the moment. So after that coming together and tussle at the hairpin, Austin Newstead now leads from Max Gilman, Grayson Worthley, then it's Joshua Griffin, Jack Baker, Max Tadej now up into 6th place, then it's Colby Patterson, Otis Cleary, then it's Austin Oman in 9th place, Harry Neeson rounding out now in 10th place, up 6 positions, then it's Drew Davidson, Maximilian Eberhardt, Harper Das, Charlie Munns, Fraser Addison, Josh Cormack and Amelia DL. That's what they look like. We look here now on your screens at the top 3 still. Newstead and Gilman from Worthley. Otis Cleary down the inside though of the 24 of Colby Patterson. Gets that job done almost, because now he's side by side there with the 66 of Max Tadej. Can't quite do it. He sorts back into position. Good driving from Otis.
Indeed, yeah, very good driving from Otis. And we've got a warning flag for Austin Newstead, our race leader. Not sure what that was for, something that was possibly off camera. But yes, Otis Cleary making his way back up through the field now after that terrible start in P6. But Jack Baker with the fastest lap of the race so far, and is only half a tenth off the outright lap record. So even in the final, these Bambinos going as fast as the outright lap record.
Yeah, they definitely are so indeed. 5.5 minutes plus that one additional lap.
Oh, three
wide for the race lead, because the 70 of Worthley has gone round the outside of Max Gilman and has moved up into 2nd place. A 5-second time penalty has gone out to Max Eberhardt. That is a huge shame. So he's going to drop down a fair few positions, I suspect, after that one. 5 minutes left. Newstead still leads now from Worthley, from Gilman, and the 33 plate is almost trying to get past the 17 of Jack Baker. So Joshua Griffin looking to make a move. Can't quite do so, I believe. I think he stays behind. So it's still all action at the front here as our front 3, 4, 5 karts make their way back past the start-finish line.
Yes, indeed, and we've got the 50 of Gilman having a good look around the outside there of Wortley. Into the boot section they go. Again, in fact, through and now into the boot section they go. And again, Wortley having a look, Gilman having a good look at Wortley. And as we've said before, with these Bambinos, all about momentum.
Oh,
the
yes.
second you come off the throttle, it takes forever to get those revs back up again. With these small engines and the carburetors and the way that they're set up to work, as Wortley now goes around the outside of Newstead and takes the lead through that very tricky right-hander, through the kink, over the bump, into the hairpin. Ooh, a big slide on the exit there, and that scrubbed off a lot of speed for Wortley. Got himself a little bit excited again into the front, and that's going to allow Newstead straight back up the inside.
Yes, indeed, you are correct. And who's that who's gone through? His rear number has disappeared, but it's the bright fluorescent yellow of Griffin, as you said. Yeah, Joshua Griffin, who managed to get past as well, moves up now just behind the 70 of Worthley. Across the line they go into 3rd place, and
that was the thing with Wortley. Hit the front and then immediately dropped back to 4.
He did indeed, yeah. So it's getting very close now at this front. They're all working wild here. Defensive again goes the 33 of Griffin as Max Gilman tries to go the long way round at the boot and successfully does so. And now gets back in front of Griffin. So Gilman now up into P3 once more and hunting down that top 2, because they are now about to go side by side down the back straight, and they do so again. Newstead defensive. Round the outside goes Worthley. Worthley does it. Worthley now takes the lead through the right-hand kink of turn 3 as they go now into the infield hairpin. Again, defensive goes the 74 of Newstead. Unnecessary again once more. They stay in position as they exit now to the banking.
Yes, indeed. And up the inside, Newstead in the 74. not going to allow Wortley to go around the outside. And in fact, though he tried to go around the outside, that's going to cost him 2 places.
It has indeed. That's cost him many, many places as they go through. It's all kicking off here at the front, and that's allowing the rest of the field now to catch up as well. With these 5 scrapping away, Colby Patterson, Otis Cleary, Max Tadej, and Maximilian Abraha, albeit with that 5-second time penalty, are now closing in on this front 5 here. So as they go through, 2 minutes left to go, plus that 1 additional lap. Once again, side by side for the lead. Defensive is Newstead. Max Gilman on the outside. Can't repeat his manoeuvre he did earlier. Oh, a spin for the 17 goes round. Jack Baker spins at the boot, and he's going to go down the order there. Now, that is a huge shame for him. The rest of the field slot through. But drama at the front because it's side by side now for the lead between Newstead and Gilman once more, but no positions gained through there.
I wonder if Baker was slightly put off by Griffin, who was out onto the grass. 2 wheels on the grass, and I wonder whether that, obstructed him slightly or obstructed his vision ever slightly.
They could have done.
And caused him to go around.
They could have done. We don't know. So many things go through these Bambino's drivers' heads. We just don't know what they are. My experience at this age was running around my living room with the pants on my head. That was my experience. But not these drivers. They're racing drivers, aren't they? And they're racing here at Larkhall, and they're side by side once more for the lead across the line. Newstead still leading the way, though, from Gilman. Had to slot back in behind. But once more, Newstead going defensive into that next left-hand or right-hand kink. Left-hand kink, I'll get it right now and then. Less than a minute to go, plus that 1 additional lap. Down the inside goes the 33 of Griffin and Worthley. Gets it done, moves up into P3. They whiz into our camera view on the back straight. And he has to slot back now. So actually Griffin now moves back into 4th place. And it's still, again, side by side here. 3 wide for the race lead. Newstead on the inside. 3 wide for second. Oh, no. Otis Cleary spins at turn 3. He goes around. He rejoins. But that is an absolute disaster for the young driver who had such a good start to this race.
He had a poor start to the race, but he was really working his way back through. But how many times have we had to say it this weekend? 3 into 1 does not go. And although the front 3 managed to sort themselves out before the apex of the corner, the 3 behind couldn't quite do it, and unfortunately something had to give, and that thing was Otis Cleary.
Timer strikes 0. Last lap board is out this time for Bambino. Across the line they go. Gilman leads from Newstead, from Worthley, from Griffin, from Patterson. Out of turn 1 they go, down the back straight. Now look here, Newstead looking to the inside of Gilman. Can he get the move done into the boot? He can, yes. What a move that was. That was a great move, wasn't it, Tom?
It was fantastic, yeah. Just swept through, chopped the nose off.
He did indeed. Down the back straight they go then. It's still line astern. Don't go 3 wide this time, please, because the last time it happened, someone went round. It's side by side, though. It's the 74 still leading the way. Oh, look at that. The 33 of Griffin tries to go down the inside of Worthley. Can't quite do it. Stays in 2nd place into the braking zone of the hairpin. Everyone's slotting in. Look at that. The 74 or the 24 of Patterson.
Colby Patterson timing it to perfection at the end of the race.
He did indeed, yeah. Gets it into 4th place. Again, heavily defending is Newstead. Now into the hairpin of the banking. It's side by side for 2nd place as well, because you can see there the 50 of Gilman is under pressure and is way under pressure because Worthley now moves up into 2nd place. Are we going to see a lunge into the final corner? We are, and it comes from the 33 of Griffin, who comes out of there to take 3rd place, but the winner with a photo finish is Newstead, just from Worthley, Griffin, Gilman, Tadej, who came out of nowhere to take 5th place, won Jack Baker.
And Colby Patterson in the end having a problem in the last corner and dropping down to P7 in the end.
Well, there we go. The grid then, as they stand across the line.
What a move.
I know.
In the last corner from Griffin. Full send.
I was expecting a lunge. I wasn't expecting it from Gilman, I have to say, but he did it. There is your provisional post-race scrutineering winner, Austin Newstead in the 74. Grayson Worthley finishes in 2nd place with Joshua Griffin in 3rd. Max Gilman in 4th place with Max Tadej in 5th place. Then it's Jack Baker, Colby Patterson, Otis Cleary. After that spin, recovers to 8th place. Maximilian Abrahart, but I believe he got his 5-second time penalty as well. The 61, I am correct, he did. Drew Davidson in 10th place. Austin Oman in 11th. Harper Das in 12th place. Then it was Fraser Addison in 13th. Josh Cormack in 14th. Charlie Munns in 15th. Harry Neeson and Amelia DL in 17th place. All 17 karts start the race. All 17 karts finish the race.
And the top 9 fastest laps of the race, I just want to point this out. The top 9 fastest laps of the fastest laps in the race were separated by 0.3 of a second, which in Bambino is pretty special. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of those were 1:11.2s.
Indeed, yeah, I think you are correct.
That's so close.
Yeah, it is.
5 karts in or near enough the exact same lap time.
Yeah, exactly that. So, yeah, an amazing finish from the Bambinos, of course, and the next race will be coming up in just a moment's time.